Okay, Chris, in our lesson today, we are going to work on the strategy of how to understand the text that we're reading about social studies. So we are going to start with the KWLH graphic organizer, which is going to give you a purpose of what we are going to work on. So I need you to write the topic here, which is early humans. So we are going to study about how early humans started to develop and how archaeologists, these are people who study ancient artifacts. So first of all, what do you know about our ancestors?
Nothing.
Then write it down. Have you heard of Lucy?
The movie?
No, not the movie.
No.
Okay, Lucy is an Australopithecus afarensis. It's a very early hominid that lived about over 4 million years ago. So you have no idea who our early ancestors are. So what do you want to learn about them?
How did we got here?
So write that down. And how will I find the information?
In the textbook.
Okay, right in the textbook. What other places do you think we can find information besides the textbook?
Internet.
Internet. All right. So this last part we're gonna finish and complete it after we are done with our reading lesson. So one of the first things I want to teach you in our social studies activities is the vocabulary words. Now the vocabulary words are very important because they are both content words as well as they are academic words. Content words are those words that you use only in social studies, and academic words are words or vocabulary that used in almost every topic and every subject. So the first thing I need you to do here is to write down all the vocabulary words alphabetically as they come along in this textbook. So the vocabulary words are here. So the first word is
Historian.
historian. Find where the H goes and write it there. The next word is,
Archaeologist.
yeah, right in the box, the appropriate box.
Artifact. Fossil.
What is it? Anthropologist. You know what that means?
No.
Okay, it comes from the Greek word anthropos. Means anthropos means man. All right.
Nomad.
Nomad.
Technology.
Technology. Domesticate.
Domesticate. And
Specialization.
where's it?
All right. By writing and categorizing our vocabulary words, we see that they spread over a lot of areas. So we're gonna start working with the A letters. So what I need you to do at this time is write your name. And then I need you to write these three words: archaeology, artifact, and anthropologist in these boxes. Artifact, anthropologist, domesticate, right next to it. Is that from this side next to it? That's okay. Domesticate, fossil, historian, in the box, not on the line. Nomad, technology, and specialization. Okay. The next step is I want you to read each of these words. If you know what the word means, if you really know what the word means, put a check mark here. If you're not sure, put a check mark here. If you have no idea what it means, put a check mark here. Those words that you have a check mark under don't know, I need you to open the book and find the definitions in the minutes box. You have 3 minutes.
All right.
Okay, now use the textbook, and you know the textbook at the end has this. The glossary, that's Spanish, and this is regular. So, which words you don't know? Anthropologist. So, find anthropologist. Okay, what does it mean? Write the definition.
All right.
All right. What other? You're not sure of this word. What is that word?
Domesticate.
Domesticate. Look that up.
I found it.
Write the definition. What does it mean?
To tame animals and plants for humans.
There you go.
Nomad.
I-N.
Nomad.
Nomad.
Person. Regular usual license. And
There's S. S-P-E.
oh,
All right. Before we even hit the textbook, we are going to talk about ancient humans. Now, you mentioned that you have no idea what ancient humans are, what they mean, right? All right. So we are going to use this concept definition map. We are going to write ancient humans here, or early humans, right? Early humans. All right, now, you don't know anything about ancient, early humans, but do you have any concept of what they lived, how they lived, where they lived?
in caves.
All right, right, in caves. What are the things you think you know about them?
They didn't know how to speak English, right?
Well, they didn't know how to speak, so no language. What are the things that you think you might know about them? They lived in caves.
They didn't
They didn't speak
speak
any languages. How do you think they ate?
poorly.
Well, based on what they ate very well.
So like they ate plants.
And they ate plants, and
animals
so how did they get the animals?
by creating weapons.
So they hunted the animals.
Yeah.
And what about the plants?
They picked
Did
them.
they go to Kroger and eat?
No,
And how did they do the plants?
they picked them themselves.
All right, so they were hunters and gatherers. Now, what are some of the things that are not associated with ancient humans?
Technology.
Technology. What else?
Cars.
Cars. Just transportation. What else?
Phone. No, that's all under
No,
technology.
they didn't have phones,
Yeah.
but they communicated.
Houses.
And they lived in, okay, put homes. They lived in caves, but okay. Now, can we find some examples of ancient humans or early humans? Do you know about any? Have you heard of any of the Homo groups? None of them. So, according to scientists, there are basically three. Homo in Latin means humans. So we have Homo erectus, Homo habilis, and Homo sapien. So according to scientists and anthropologists and archaeologists, Homo erectus were some of the earliest humans. Homo erectus means upright man. This means that around 2 million BC, humans started to walk upright, not using their arms. So they shifted from moving on 4 legs into 2 legs, which means the spinal cord became very strong and the muscles got stronger for us to be able to stand up. But our brains were still very small. That's why these two were not able to speak. Homo habilis is the man that, habilis basically mean weapon man. These were the first humans to make weapons, to hunt animals, as we saw here, for them to eat. And Homo sapien are us. We are about 200,000 years old. Compared to them, we are very, very young species. So these are the Homo habilis. So I would like you to write these 3 names in these 3 boxes. All right, so now that we map our concept of early humans, the last thing we are going to work on today will be this Freyr's model of vocabulary words. Now, I want you to pick one of the words that has a definition here.
Nomad.
Nomad. So you write the word here in the middle, nomad, right? Nomad. And what are some of the facts about nomads?
They moved places to places.
So write that down. So they moved from place to place. Okay. Can you give an example of nomads? We still have nomads, in the world today.
The Indians from the early. Or the
That's a good
1800s.
example. Yes, some of the Indian tribes. And what could be a non-example?
The same people from the.
You could be a
1800s.
non-example. Are you a nomad?
No,
Do you move from place to place to sleep?
no,
Do you come to the same house to sleep every night?
yeah.
So you can say, okay, where do you live?
22665 Summer
And where is 22665 Summerlin located?
Lane. Novi, Michigan.
What is Novi?
City in Michigan.
City, so you're a city dweller. All right, and in your own words, how would you define nomad?
Someone who doesn't sleep in the same place.
Okay, write it down. All right. Now, we are going later on. We're going to work on all the vocabularies to work on them the same way. So for today, our lesson ends. Next time when we meet, we are going to read the passage and try to make some sort of a graphic organizer that gives us details about what are we reading. Okay. All right. Thank you very much for today. See you later.